Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the glittering spotlight of fame, which once lit up your world like a supernova, has become a cage you need to escape. That's the raw, heartfelt journey of pop sensation Sheena Easton, who at 66 is opening up about why she traded the roar of the crowd for a serene, everyday existence, far removed from the charts and the chaos. But here's where it gets controversial. Is choosing a quiet life over relentless stardom a bold act of self-preservation or a missed opportunity that leaves fans wondering, what if? Let's dive into her story. And trust me, this is the part most people miss. The wisdom behind walking away when everyone else is chasing more. Sheena Easton, a trailblazing Scottish vocalist who defined the vibrant pop landscape of the 1980s, burst onto the scene with unforgettable anthems that still echo in our playlists. Think of bangers like Morning Train, 9 to 5, Strut, and Sugar Walls. Songs that captured the energy of an era obsessed with neon lights and synthesizer beats. Her connection to music mogul Prince added another layer of intrigue. She collaborated with him on the smash hit You Got the Look, which blended their talents into pure 80s magic. Back then, Sheena was a powerhouse, churning out chart-topping tracks that made her a household name. Yet, today at 66, she's deliberately stepped away from the fame that once defined her, embracing a low-profile lifestyle that's worlds apart from the paparazzi frenzy. In a refreshingly honest chat with the New York Times, she explained her choice for a more secluded path and why she hasn't dropped a new album in 25 years. I'm not being shoved in people's faces anymore, which means I can lead a very normal life 99% of the time, she shared, painting a picture of peace that many of us can only dream about. To put her 1980s dominance in perspective, let's break it down for those new to the scene. The decade was a wild ride of pop excess, where artists like Madonna and Michael Jackson pushed boundaries with flashy videos and high-stakes tours. Sheena fit right in, releasing 9 studio albums in that whirlwind period alone. And in 1981, she made history in a way that still stands out. She sang the theme for the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only, becoming the only solo artist ever to perform live in a Bond movie's title sequence. That track wasn't just catchy. It propelled her to win the Grammy for Best New Artist in 1982, a nod to her fresh, powerful voice that resonated with millions. But amid the accolades, Sheena stayed true to her roots. As she reflected, what got me through the craziness of those years was that my instinct was always to go towards normal things, to stay as grounded as possible. I felt like this is all a wonderful fantasy, but I don't ever want to start believing it's real. For beginners curious about fame's toll, think of it like this. Even in a fantasy world of sold-out concerts and red carpets, maintaining a grip on reality through simple routines or family ties can be the secret to long-term happiness. If you're into celebrity stories, you might enjoy reading about Sheena's chat with Hello Magazine, where she opens up about her kids, her love for musical theater, and even her encounter with the Duchess of Cambridge. Or check out those iconic 1980s fashion trends that still inspire today's looks, and revisit where other 80s icons like Whitney Houston or Duran Duran are now, some thriving in new ventures, others reflecting on the past. By the early 1990s, Sheena shifted gears, prioritizing her family life in a big way. She adopted a son and a daughter, embracing motherhood with the same dedication she brought to her music. Ironically, her demanding performance schedule turned out to be a perfect fit for parenting. She recalled performing 8 shows a week for 2.5 years straight, noting that the kids would go to bed, and that's when I would go to work. It was a rhythm that allowed her to balance the stage with bedtime stories, proving that even in the fast lane of fame, family can be the anchor. But eventually, the grind took its toll, and Sheena knew it was time for a change. There came a point where I thought, I need to change my life. At the risk of a horrible cliche, that's when I got off the merry-go-round. she said. I didn't want to be in my 50s and 60s, looking back thinking all I've ever done was make records, get on a tour bus, do a bunch of TV, rinse and repeat. I wanted something more. This is where things get really intriguing. Many stars cling to the spotlight, chasing eternal youth through comebacks and social media fame. But Sheena chose depth over dazzle. Is this a sign of maturity, or does it hint at regrets lurking beneath the surface? It's a choice that sparks debate. Some might argue she's wiser for avoiding burnout, while others wonder if she's leaving untapped potential on the table. Sheena isn't done creating, though. I'm open to different creative things, she added. What I'm not open to is the craziness, the almost compulsory nature of what you have to do to be a pop star. I did that once. I don't need to do it again. In essence, she's pivoting to projects that excite her without the pressure cooker of pop stardom, perhaps exploring acting, writing, or even low-key collaborations. For anyone aspiring to fame, this serves as a gentle reminder. Success isn't just about climbing higher. It's about knowing when to step down and explore new horizons. Sheena Easton's story isn't just about one woman's retreat from the spotlight. It's a mirror for our own lives. Do you think choosing family and peace over fame is the ultimate win? Or is there something tragic about leaving the stage too soon? Should artists be pressured to keep performing into their later years? Or is it empowering to walk away? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with Sheena's path, or would you have pushed for more encore performances? Let's discuss.